Just sharing some footage from this trip that we did a while ago up north. Here we stayed on a tropical island in far north Queensland that had amazing sea life. It was a lagoon system island. It only enter on high tide. This place had everything. It had mangroves, it had such a diversity of sea life. It had turtles, sharks, manta rays. It was a true privilege to stay here for over 2 weeks, just living off the land and catching our own food. So this was home for the 2 weeks, no less than 5 meters to the beach. Under the she oaks, we had our kitchen set up, our solar battery set up to the left of screen there. We had a lot of troubles getting out to this island. We had boat problems, we had weather problems, but it felt good just to be on the island, set up and relaxed. The next couple of days we started getting into some diving. The first dive was actually in the mangroves. Mangrove forests provide a lot of habitat and refuge for a wide array of wildlife and sea life. On high tide, when that water starts to push in, all the little bait fish are pushed up into the mangrove roots, and that attracts the bigger fish. Just in ankle deep water, there's turtles shooting off in every direction. So here, just kicking alongside the mangrove roots, having a look at the different fish species. There were big brim, there were whiting, there were massive mullet in here as well, and I was actually aiming to try shoot a couple of these mullets just to try, and eventually get into a bit of shallow water and manage to plug one here. This one, the next one that I shot was actually a little bit bigger. Probably was the best part of 1 kilo. It was a solid mullet. I think these ones are called diamond scale or sand mullet. If someone in the comments can clarify that for me, that'd be great. But yeah, we compared these to the brim that we shot, and they actually tasted a bit better. They were super nice, firm flesh, white flesh. The first couple of days was spent just soaking in the surroundings, setting up camp, and just acquainting ourselves with the island. After the mangrove dive, we kicked back and relaxed and shared a couple of beers while we watched the sunset. We then walked out onto the lagoon on low tide during the sunset and set out some mud crab traps, hopefully to return some mud crabs in the morning.
Yes, I can see your bag.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let me just reach in my pocket.
got a bad return on a couple of pots. We've got these 2 bucks here, which we're gonna cook up for lunch. We never really get the chance to get into these guys down home. They seem more prevalent up here, but yeah, this is it's a good start to the trip. Chef Neil, onto it. The first day that we arrived, we scoped the beach out a little bit and we noticed that there was a body of water just behind one of the sand dunes. Now this body of water was probably a good 15-20 metres from the actual beach, and the previous high tide marks had all been below this level. When we walked up there, we noticed that there was 2 green sea turtles in this water. They had a bit of water at the time, but because it was a sand bottom, the water day by day was starting to drain out. Now we didn't know whether there was king tides at the moment, so we thought that you know, they might be able to get back out during one of the tides. We checked it day by day and the water kept getting lower and lower, so we decided to rescue these sea turtles. Now, we're not normally meant to touch sea turtles, but in this case, these guys were definitely going to die. There was no question about it. So we did the right thing and we grabbed them and we placed them in the water.
We've just arrived at an island. We're about to camp out for the next 2 weeks. And I've just gone to check out a little water course here on the island, not too far from our camp. Last time there was no water in it. This time there is, there's a good amount. And I've stumbled across a couple of turtles. Really cool to see. We'll probably keep an eye on these guys the next couple of days, and if they don't get out of here, we'll probably help them off to the ocean. But I'll just turn you around. There's one there. There's one there. Really cool, eh? So that's where the water goes to, and unfortunately the rest of this is all dry, and that's the ocean out there. So tide's out at the moment. Night time there are some high tides here, up around 5 metres, so it might be just enough to get enough water in there that these guys can get out. Not too sure if they'll crawl out at this stage, but yeah, hopefully these guys get out by tomorrow morning. So we've come to check the turtles this morning, and the water's all dried up, and as much as we don't want to interfere with nature, we actually don't have a chance in this situation, so we're going to go in and grab these turtles and we're going to put them back in the ocean. So let's head on in and have a look. Over here, poor little fellas. So yeah, they're not in a good shape. Oh, he's really weak. Get him back in the water as quickly as possible. Come back to get his mate. Away. Oh yeah, that slaps. That's as well. Woo. Bit more life in him. Live to see another day. Good job, mate.